to talk about mastering what many people view as a really simple exercise, the push-up, the same push-up that you probably first learned in gym class. But the problem is, if you actually try to get people to do push-ups, you'll find that a large part of the population just can't do them, and of those that can, they're often doing them with really bad form. Their butt's stuck up in the air, or their legs are splayed out, and they're doing it with such bad form that they're losing out on the benefits. So if you're like me and you want to progress onto more challenging variants like the one-handed push-up, then you need to start with a firm basis and just learn how to do the regular push-up in easy steps. So particularly women often lack the upper body strength to really do push-ups off the bat when they first try, and also people who are overweight or who have allowed their muscles to atrophy over time, or those people who are injured or just coming back from a surgery. All these people need to take it easy, to use proper form, to gradually build up their bodies so they can do push-ups with good form. So that is our focus today. We're going to talk about 4 variants of the push-up. The 4th one is the push-up you probably know, and then we're going to talk about 3 variants that can get you there with great form, that will build your strength, that will help you be a fitter, healthier individual, and if you want, to lead up to those harder variants. First, we're going to talk about the 2 major mistakes that people make when doing push-ups. The first is splaying their legs out. When you splay your legs out, you remove the need to stabilize your torso as you're doing push-ups, so don't do it. During all these variants, your feet should either be touching or within a ½ inch of each other. The next big mistake is putting your butt into the air. This happens when the waist is too weak to lock your entire body into a solid line. You end up seeing people do these really bizarre push-up down dog hybrids that look very strange. You want your torso, legs, and hips in a solid line. If you're too weak to do this, you should go back and do a variant that's easier. The first of our 4 variants, and the easiest, is the wall push-up. They're ideal for anyone who's coming back from an injury or a surgery, or who otherwise is just not strong enough or worried about their ability to do the harder variants. So you're going to start off by putting your feet together and keeping your entire body in a solid line, and you're just going to gradually just go 1 second down, pause for ½ a second, and then 1 second up. Don't use any momentum. That's going to take away from this move. And if this is too hard for you, walk closer to the wall. If it's too easy, walk farther from the wall. Make sure you can do 2 sets of 50 before you move on to the next harder variant. The second progression are knee push-ups. You're going to go onto your knees and cross your ankles behind you, and you're going to place your hands directly under your shoulders, or if you find it slightly more comfortable, you can move them around slightly lower, slightly higher, but generally under your shoulders, and you're just going to lock your body into a straight line and continue to do these push-ups. By the time you can do 3 sets of 30 push-ups, you'll be ready to move on to the next variant. Our next exercise is the half push-up, and if you have a basketball or other similarly sized ball, they can help you get the correct depth. You're once again going to be in a straight line, your feet pretty close together, your hands under your shoulders, and you're going to position the ball underneath your pelvis at first, and go down and do a push-up until your pelvis touches it. As that becomes easier, roll the ball up and put it under your chest. You should be able to do 2 sets of 25 of these before you move on to the next variation. The full push-up should be within your grasp by the time you can do 2 sets of 25 half push-ups. And this is the classic exercise, much like the rest of the progressions, but just taking it up a step. So once again, we're in a straight line, our feet are together, our hands are under our shoulders, and we, from this position, are building a tremendous amount of strength. Dozens of muscles are being worked, but the pecs and the triceps are probably the largest ones, but really all of the muscles that help you stabilize your torso are being worked here as well. If you can do 2 sets of 20 push-ups, you'll be ready to move on to a harder variant, which we will be covering in subsequent videos and articles. In terms of training frequency, really anything that means you're going to be fully recovered for your next training session is fine, but generally for most people 3 times a week is good enough for building on these push-up variants. Each day you train, you really only need to do between 2 and 3 sets, and you should work every set until failure or until you've met the progression standard. If you found this tutorial to be useful, then please like and share and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see these progressions on my website, check out masteringbodyweightexercise.com, which I'm linking to here.